Welcome to Mike's Yoga channel and welcome to this athlete's guide to range of motion and mobility. In this sequence we will be using either a towel or if you have an old hockey stick or an 8-iron nearby, that'll work as well. When you're ready, roll your mat, grab some water, and let's get started. Okay everyone, so let's begin by coming into a seated position with one leg in front of the other. It doesn't matter which leg. Hands can rest on your knees or in your lap. And we're going to start with our neck. So from here, very slowly, very methodically, very mindfully, just look over to your right. Feeling a nice gentle stretch in the neck here. Exhale, come back to center, and again, very slowly, very mindfully, look over to the left. And as we go about this sequence, I want you to take this slow, mindful, methodical approach to the sequence. So don't rush into anything. And on your next exhale, we can come back to center. Now from here, let's do some neck tilts. So let's start by placing our right hand down in line with our right hip. Tilt the head to the left shoulder and mindfully walk the right fingertips out. You should feel an awesome stretch on the right side of your neck. Exhale, come back to center. We'll take that over to the other side. So planting the left hand down in line with that left hip. Tilt the head down to the right shoulder. Walk those left fingertips out. Feeling a nice stretch on that left side of the neck. And exhale, come back to center. Awesome job, you guys. Now from here on your next inhale, let's bring our hands up towards the sky. Exhale, plant the hands behind you, hands underneath the shoulders. And now from here on your next inhale, lift the hips up. Imagine you have a tennis ball in between your chin and your chest. Make sure to breathe. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, this time melt the hands down in front of you. Exhale, walk the hands back towards you. Awesome job. Now from here, if your right leg is in front of you, let's switch legs. So let's bring the left leg in front, and if your left leg is in front, bring your right leg in front. And we'll just go through that sequence one more time. So inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, plant the hands behind you, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift the hips up. Tennis ball in between your chin and your chest. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, plant the hands in front of you, walk them out. And exhale, walk the hands back up. Great job, you guys. Now from here, let's make our way into an extended child's pose. So let's bring the knees as wide as the mat, letting the big toes touch behind you. From here, just walk the hands along in front of you, letting the forehead rest in the mat. In this pose, really breathing into the shoulders, the back body, as well as the hips. Now from here, let's walk our hands off to the right of our mat. By doing this, you should feel a nice side body stretch on that left side. And very mindfully, very slowly, let's walk our hands off to the left of our mat, feeling a nice stretch on that right side. Exhale, come back to center. Now from here, shift forward. We'll come into a high cobra. Again, stacking the hands underneath the shoulders, extending the legs along behind you, keeping your core slightly engaged. Push yourself up, opening up the chest, opening up the heart. Feel free to roll your shoulders back, open up even more. And exhale, shift it back. We'll come into all fours. So let's stack the hands underneath the shoulders, fingers are spread wide, knees are stacked underneath the hips, tops of the feet are pushing into the mat. And in your hands, almost pretend like you're opening up a pickle jar, so you should feel a nice engagement up in that tricep area. Once we have this nice foundation, on your next inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, round. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, rounding the spine, really moving with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do this one more time. Awesome job. From here, just come back to your foundation here in all fours. Now from here, let's extend that right leg along behind you and just very mindfully rocking up and down. Just feel a nice stretch in that right ankle, the right calf. And now from here, let's step that right foot over the left, look back over your left shoulder, back at that right foot, take a breath. Exhale, come back to your foundation, all fours. Let's take that over to the other side. Extend that left leg along behind you, mindfully rocking up and down. Now from here, stepping that left foot over the right, looking back over your right shoulder, back at that left foot, take a breath. Exhale, come back to center, awesome job. Now from here, let's make our way up into downward facing dog. And initially, feel free to pedal out the feet, really breathing into the back of those legs. Now from here on your next inhale, let's lift that right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the right knee, step the right foot up in between the hands, lower that left knee down, left shoelaces down. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. So let's find a nice foundation here. So let's keep this right knee over right ankle, core is slightly engaged. Let's try and keep these hips in one line. So for some of us, we may have to draw that right hip back and bring this left hip forward. Arms up overhead, breathe. Awesome stretch for the hips and the psoas muscle. Now from here on your next inhale, let's bring your hands together at our chest. Exhale, let's take a twist to the right, so letting that left tricep rest on top of that right leg. Breathe. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, bring the hands down to your mats and keep sliding the hands down. We'll come into a runner stretch, so straightening out this right leg, keeping those right toes flexed towards you. Exhale, shift it forward. Now from here, let's plant the left hand down into the mat. Lift the left knee up off the ground. And now from here, pretend you're pulling a bow and arrow back with that right hand, bringing it up towards the sky. Exhale, bring that right hand down, step it back, downward facing dog. If you need a water break, by all means, take one, you do you. When you're ready, on your next inhale, let's lift that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the left knee, step that left foot up in between the hands, lower the right knee down, right shoelaces down. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. So again, let's find our foundation, left knee over left ankle, core slightly engaged, hips in one line. So on this side, we may have to draw that left hip back and bring that right hip forward. Arms up overhead. On your next inhale, let's bring our hands together at our chest. Exhale, twisting to the left, letting that right tricep rest on top of that left leg. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Keep sliding them down. Runner stretch, straightening out this left leg, keeping that left foot flexed towards you. Exhale, shift it forward. Now from here, let's plant the right hand down in the mat. Lift that right knee up off the mat and pretend you're pulling a bow and arrow back with that left hand, bringing it up towards the sky. Exhale, bring that left hand down, step it back to downward facing dog. Awesome job, you guys. Now from here, let's heel toe, walk our feet up right behind our hands. We'll take a forward fold, so bend the knees as much as you like.
On your next inhale, keeping the knees bent, slowly but surely start to roll it up. Stacking the spine one vertebrae at a time. The chin is the last to lift. Awesome job, you guys. Now from here, we're gonna grab our props. So whether you have a towel, hockey stick, golf club, broomstick, whatever you have, go ahead and grab that. And now from here, let's place the hands on your prop, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Feet can be a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. And very slowly, very mindfully, we're just gonna bring this prop up towards the sky. And back down to your waist. So moving with your breath. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. So do this a few more times. Last one. Awesome job. So keeping this prop by your waist, now we're simply going to twist side to side. So again, move mindfully, move slowly, no rush. And when you're ready, let's come back to center. Now let's place this prop directly out in front of us. You can bring your feet a little bit wider, and we're going to do 5 squats. So again, moving mindfully, moving slowly. That's 2, moving with your own pace. Let's do 2 more. Awesome job, you guys. If you have that prop, you can set it back to the side. Now from here, let's come back to that squat position. Let's bring our hands together at our heart. Sink the hips all the way down, coming into a yogi squat. So let's try and keep the back as straight as you can here. Take a couple breaths here. If it feels nice, you can gently sway side to side. Feeling a nice stretch in those hips. Awesome job. Now from here, let's plant the left hand down in front of us. Reach this right arm up. Bring that right arm down. Reach this left arm up. Back down, right arm up. Back down. Do this a few more times. Awesome job. Now from here, let's lower the knees down, keeping the knees together, curling the toes, sitting back on your heels, coming into a toe stand. Awesome stretch for the feet, the ankles. Hands can just rest on your lap. If this is just too intense for your feet, you can always uncurl the toes, sit back on your heels like this. exhale, let's release. Now from here, let's take a seat on our bums, extend the legs out long in front of you, keeping the legs together, keeping the feet flexed towards you. On your next inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, melt it forward, grabbing onto the toes or the feet if you can. And in this pose, again, really breathing into the back of the legs, the calves, the hamstrings. And on your next exhale, mindfully release. Awesome job, you guys. Now from here, just let the hands rest by your sides. We're gonna work on the mobility and the range of motion in our ankles. So we're gonna be doing what I like to call gas pedals. So essentially, let's start with our right foot and just pretend you're stepping on and off the gas pedal. And when you're ready, let's take that over to the left foot. So pretend you're stepping on and off the clutch. Awesome job. And going back to that right foot, let's start to do some ankle circles. So moving that ankle in one direction. And when you're ready, going the other way. And now with that left foot, doing some ankle circles here. So for me, I played hockey my entire childhood, so my ankles are making some pretty gnarly noises. And when you're ready, going the other way. And awesome job. Now from here, let's make our way into a deer pose, otherwise commonly referred to as a 90-90 stretch. So great stretch for the hips. So essentially what we're doing is we're creating two 90-degree angles in our legs. So let's start with our right leg in front of us, keeping this right knee in line with the right hip. 90-degree angle in that right leg, right foot is flexed. Left leg behind you, left knee in line with the left hip. 90-degree angle in that left leg, left foot is flexed. Hands or your fingertips can just rest by your side, sit up nice and tall. And on your next exhale, let's take that over to the other side. So bring the left leg in front of you, right leg behind you. Again, left knee in line with the left hip, 90-degree angle in that left leg. Left foot is flexed, right leg behind you, right knee in line with the right hip, 90-degree angle, right foot is flexed, hands or fingertips resting by your sides. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, release. Awesome job. Now from here, let's make our way onto our backs. Take your time getting there, and then when you do get there, let's hug our knees into our chest, and feel free to rock side to side, massaging the spine. And now from here, let's make our way into a supine twist. So let's keep hugging our right knee into our chest, extending that left leg out long. And when you're ready, let's guide this right knee over to the left side. Right arm can come into a T or a cactus. In the supine twist, really make sure to keep both shoulders rooted in the mat. So if your right shoulder is coming up off the mat, that means you've gone too far, so just dial it back. Should feel an awesome stretch on that right side. And exhale, very mindfully come back to center. We'll just take that over to the other side. So let's hug that left knee back into our chest. Take a breath here. And when you're ready, let's guide that left knee over to the right. Left arm can come into a T or a cactus. Again, make sure that left shoulder is firmly rooted in the mat. And exhale, come back to center. Awesome job, you guys. Almost done here. Now from here, let's grab that prop that we were using before and come back to lie flat on our backs. This time, let's keep the feet, the soles of the feet rooted in the mat. And doing what we did before, so grabbing the prop a little bit wider than shoulder width distance apart. Make sure you have a nice grip on there. And essentially moving with your breath, inhale, bringing it up overhead. And exhale, bringing it down. Inhale, up overhead. Exhale, bring it down. Do a few more, moving with your breath. If you're wondering, I scored many goals with this back in the day. Just kidding, probably 3 or 4, that's okay. Let's do one more. Awesome job. Now let's set that prop to the side, keeping the soles of the feet rooted in the mat. Let's make our way up into a bridge pose. So let's keep our legs, again, hip width distance apart. As we go into bridge pose, let's keep the legs nice and parallel. So we don't want the knees coming out wide. We want them nice and straight. 2-lane highway. So on your next inhale, lift the hips up, shimmy the shoulders underneath you, clasping the hands together. Taking a breath here. Now to come out of this pose, on your next inhale, lift the hands up towards the sky, come up on the tiptoes, exhale, slowly lower the spine down to the mat. Awesome job. Now from here, let's take a brief constructive rest. So let's bring the feet as wide as the mat, letting the knees knock in towards each other. You can have one hand on the belly, the other one on the heart. exhale, release. Now from here, let's come into a reclined butterfly pose. So simply bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees open up wide, letting the hips open up naturally here. You can keep the hands where they are, one on the belly, one on the hearts, or you can let them rest by your sides. Or third option, you can bring the hands together, the index finger and the thumb, so making a triangle with your hands, and now bringing the arms up overhead. So by doing this, we kind of have two diamond shapes in the knees and the elbows, and the triangle shape in the hands. And on your next exhale, let's extend the legs out long, extend the arms out long, coming into final Shavasana, letting the mind and the body reap all the benefits from today's practice. I encourage you to close your eyes here and just come back to your breath. So I encourage you to stay here for as long as you like, or if you're ready to go, you can rock up, coming into a seated position of your choice. I'm feeling zenned out, holy, okay. Wherever you are, let's bring our hands together at our heart. Thank you all so much for sharing your time and your energy with me today. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Wherever you are, let's bring our hands up to our third eye. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Thank you so much. Namaste.